Welcome to today's video, and here we are going to discuss a simple automation technique by which you can send automated WhatsApp reminders for a webinar that you're conducting. So guys, if you're organizing any webinar, you know how important it is to keep your attendees informed and engaged so that they can actually attend the webinar. So for this, we have created this automation, and with the help of this, you can automate and streamline the process of sending webinar reminders to all the attendees automatically on WhatsApp. So sit back, relax, and let's learn this automation. To set up this automation, guys, we are using Pabbly Connect, which is an automation tool, and this is the landing page of Pabbly, and I'm going to paste the link in the description of this page. And from here you can sign up for free and you will get free automation tasks every month to test and set up your automation. So you can just sign up right now from the given link, and after that you have to sign in and reach the Pabbly Connect product, and you will see the dashboard of Pabbly Connect here like this, okay? And from here you just have to click on this create workflow button to set up any automation, and here you can give a name to your workflow as well. So I'm giving the name here as webinar reminders, okay, on WhatsApp. Okay, so you can give any other name as well. All right, and after giving the name, just click on create button and you can see your workflow page is loading up here. And on this page, guys, you will find these two modules, the trigger and the action. So with the help of these two things, we are going to set up any automation. So guys, trigger is that event which is going to start the workflow, and the action would be the automated consequence or the response of the trigger. So in our use case, what we are doing here, we are creating an event in Google Calendar. That is a webinar event, okay? So for conducting the webinar, we are using Google Meets application, okay? So here in Google Meet, we are going to click on this new meeting button, and we are going to schedule this meeting in Google Calendar. So it will be reflected in Google Calendar like this, okay? Here you can see this is a test webinar. This is just an example webinar I have created, and it is going to happen on 5th February from 12:30 to 1:30 p.m. Okay, right? After this, what we are going to do, we are going to, creation of this webinar and scheduling the webinar in the calendar will act as a trigger for this workflow, okay? And it start the workflow. So here in this trigger section, we are going to connect with Google Calendar first, like this. I have already created this workflow. Like this, we are going to connect with Google Calendar. Then we select the trigger event as new event. So for every new event, this workflow is going to trigger, okay? And what it will do, it will fetch the details of the event here like this. So first of all, when you connect with Google Calendar, let me show you the connection process. You just have to search for Google Calendar here. Then you have to select the trigger event. Then you have to click on connect. From here, select add new connection, then click on sign in with Google. And from this window, you have to choose that Google account in which you have created the calendar event, okay, or the webinar. Select that account. Then you have to provide some additional access to your account. Just click on continue from here, and you will be connected with your calendar, okay, like this. Then it will ask for the calendar's name. So the name of my calendar is, you can see, Pabbly Connect. You have to select the calendar's name from here, from which you want to fetch the details of webinars. So we have created this calendar for scheduling webinars only. So in this calendar, we only create webinar events, okay? Because here you can see in the trigger, it is going to trigger on every new event. So it is better we do not create any other event on this calendar, because for every new event, this trigger is going to work, okay? So we are going to create it for webinars only, right? After that, click on save and send test request button, and the details of the calendar event will be fetched here in this response section like this. So here you can see, guys, the details of the event. The summary is webinar test. This is the same event you can see, okay? And here you can see the time zone, Asia, Kolkata. The start date and time of the event is 5th of February 12:30. You can see this is the same details, 12:30. Okay. And you will find the calendar's name. You will find the technical details. The end date time is also here, 13:30, that is 1:30. Okay. This is the description of the event. You can see this is the same description, test webinar description. Okay. You can see everything here, right? After that, what we have connected here, we have connected Google Sheets in the action events to collect the details of the people who are our attendees who are going to attend this webinar. Okay. So to send reminders to those people, first of all, we need to fetch the details of those people here. Okay. In this workflow. For that, we have connected with Google Sheets. So the connection process of Google Sheets is similar with the Google Calendar. As we have connected with Google Calendar, similarly, you can connect with Google Sheets as well. Okay. After that, after getting connected, so you can see the action event we have used here is get rows. Okay. So we have many action events here. You have to select get rows to get the details of your attendees fetched here in this workflow. So this is the Google Sheet, guys, that I'm using here. This is my Google Sheet. These are the details of the attendees. Okay. And I have fetched the details here. First of all, I have selected the spreadsheet's name. My spreadsheet's name is this. You can see all webinar registrations. And I have selected this from this drop down. In this drop down, it will show you the details of all the spreadsheets that you have. From here, you can select the spreadsheet's name. All right. After that, you have to select the sheet's name. Then you have to provide a range here. Range means the range of data that you have in your spreadsheet. Okay. So guys, you can see when we select the whole data here like this from the second row, in the name box, it will show you the range. It is showing A2:C6. This means that we have the data starting from column A, row number 2, and it is ending at column C, row number 6. That's how you can fetch the range, and you have to put the range here like this, A2:C6. Okay. Then you have to click on Save and Send Test Request button to get the response here like this. But before clicking on Save and Send Test Request, guys, you have to toggle this simple response button to off. Before it will show you on like this. So you have to toggle this off. Then you have to click on Save and Send Test Request. Why? Because we want to fetch the details of the attendees in this array format. Here you can see in this response result label, we got the attendees details in this array of data format. We have got this data because in array format because we have toggled this off. And why we get this data here, fetch this data here in this format, because we want to send the reminders one by one to each and every person we have in our spreadsheet. For that to happen, we have used iterator feature of Pabbly. So what iterator will do, iterator is going to run this workflow one by one for every person that you have in your spreadsheet, starting from the first person. So here you can see we have added another action step by clicking on this plus icon. You can see you can add action steps by clicking on this plus icon, and the action steps will add on like this. From here you will find the iterator feature here. You can select it like this. Okay. Then what you have to do, it will ask iterator works on array only. Okay. That's why we have captured the data in array format, because iterator works on arrays. Then it will ask to choose the array. So from here you just have to click and the previous step will appear here in the drop down. Okay. So from this previous step, you have to select this response result array that you have here. So you can just select it here like this, and then click on Save and Send Test Request, and it will show you the data like this. So it is going to segregate the data one by one, starting from the first person. So here you can see it is showing the details of the first attendee. Okay, which is here. You can see dummy user is here. So that's how it is going to work one by one, starting from the first person till the end, right? After that, what we have done, we have used date time formatter feature of Pabbly here in this action step. Okay. And here we have used the action event as format time zone only, because we want to change the time zone. Currently, the time zone is India, Kolkata or Asia, Kolkata time zone. You can see it here also. This date, let me show you inside. This date and time is in Indian Standard Time Zone. Okay. And here we have converted this time zone from Asia, Kolkata to UTC, that is Universally Coordinated Time format. Why we have done this? Because we wanted to use another date time formatter to subtract 15 minutes from the starting time of the webinar so that we can send the reminders just 15 minutes before the starting of the webinar. Okay. So guys, when you add or subtract time using date time formatter, it always gives you the results in UTC, that is Universally Coordinated Time format. That's why we have changed the time format here in this step. Okay. For that, we have connected with date time formatter with this action event format time zone. After that, we have mapped the start date time of the webinar and we have mapped it from the first step or the trigger step from the Google Calendar. Okay. So to map this, you just have to click here like this and the previous steps will appear in the drop down. So from the first step, you can find out the start date time label. Let me show you that. This is start date time label. You just have to click on it to map it here. Okay. And after that, select the from format. So we have got the format of the time zone from Google Calendar in this format. You can see YY, MM, DD, a T in between, then hours, minutes and seconds. Okay. So I've selected the same format from this list. After that, from time zone. So we have received the time in Asia, Kolkata. So I have selected it from here and I have in the to time zone option, I have converted it into UTC. Then I have clicked on save and send test request button and the result is here. Now you can see previously the time was 12:30 in Asia Kolkata zone and in UTC it becomes 7 o'clock. Okay. It subtracted 5 hours and 30 minutes from 12:30 and it becomes 7 o'clock. Okay. Now guys, after that I have applied date time formatter again with this action event add/subtract time because we want to find out a time on which you want to send the reminders and that time is 15 minutes before the starting time of the webinar. Okay, so to get that time, we have mapped this result label here in this enter date field like this. Just click here and from this fourth or last step, just click on this result label and it will be mapped. And in the expressions to subtract the time, I have put this expression minus 15 minutes. Okay. So whenever you want to add or subtract anything, you just have to use these expressions written here in the example. Okay. Like this. Then I have selected the to format. Okay. So you can see guys, we have received the result here in this format YY, MM, DD, a T in between, then hours, minutes and seconds. So I have selected this format in this from format field. Okay. Then I have changed the format again. Okay. In this format YY, MM, DD and a space in between, then hours, minutes and seconds only. Okay. So why we have changed it again? So that we can use this result we got here in the delay module. Okay. So first of all, you can see the result label. Here you can see it started showing 6:45 because we have subtracted 15 minutes from 7 o'clock. It becomes 6:45. Okay. Then we have applied delay feature. Okay. So with the help of delay, you can halt the running of the workflow sometime in future. Okay. So guys, when you use delay, it will ask how much delay you want to put in your workflow. That means how much time you want this workflow to wait or halt. Okay, so I have used delay until feature. So we have a date and a time here till which we want to stop this workflow. Okay, because we want to send the reminders just 15 minutes before the starting time. And here is the time just 15 minutes before the start date time. So we have mapped this result label here in this delay date from this last step like this. Okay. Then I have clicked on save and send test request and you can see the message. The workflow is delayed until this date and time. And at this date and time, what we want to do? We want to send a reminder message. So to send a reminder message, we are using Interact application, which is a business solution provider for WhatsApp. So with the help of Interact, you can get the access of WhatsApp's API and you can send messages to multiple people on WhatsApp automatically. Okay. So how we have connected with Interact, let me show you here. So to connect with Interact, just click here on this plus icon and another action step will open up. After that, you just have to type Interact here. Okay. And after that, select the action event as send WhatsApp template message. Then click on connect. From here, select add new connection and here it will ask for the secret API key of Interact account. So you'll find this key from the developer settings of Interact. Okay. So let me show you the settings. This is my Interact application. Okay. And this is the settings icon in the bottom left hand side. You just have to click on it. Then click on settings again. And this page will open up. From here, you will find this developer settings option. Click on it. And here you will find the secret key. You just have to copy it like this and you have to paste it here in this field. Then you have to click on save and you will be connected with Interact like this. Okay, then it will ask for the country code and the phone number and the full phone number. So guys, you have to fill in all the details. So here you can see, if you have a full phone number like I have, you can leave these two fields blank. Okay. If you have a full phone number, so you can see I have the full phone numbers here in my spreadsheet and I have captured the data here. Then I have applied iterator here to separate the data. And here in the iterator, we got the full phone number label. So from the iterator step only, I have mapped the phone number here like this. Just click here. From this third step, map the phone number. And I have manually put here the plus sign because you have to place the phone number in this format with a plus sign and the country code. So we do have a country code and the number. So I have applied the plus sign manually. Okay. Then it has asked for the template that you want to use to send messages on WhatsApp. So guys, to send messages on WhatsApp, you need to create message templates beforehand in Interact application. So message templates are the pre-created message structures that you can use to send messages to multiple people on WhatsApp. So for this purpose, guys, I have created this template. Let me show you from the template section. This is the webinar reminder template I have. Okay. And in the templates, you can you can have a header attached. In the header, you can put a text, an image, a video, or a document. You can send all these things also in the header of a message in WhatsApp. Here is the main body of the message. You can read hello. This is just a friendly reminder that you have an upcoming webinar starting in 15 minutes. Webinar name is this. And here you can see I have placed this 1 in double curly braces and 2. These are called the body variables of the message. Body variables means you can place variables things here in this message. So in this first body variable, you can put the name of the registrants automatically and the webinar name. Okay. So for that, guys, you first have to put this template code name here. Okay. And you will get the template code name. When you open your template, you will find the template code name here in the top search bar. Here in the link, after this template slash and before this slash view, this is the template code name. You just have to copy this and you have to paste it here like this. Okay. And here you have to fill the language code in which you have written the message. Okay. So I have written the message in English language and the code of English language is EN. So I have put EN here. And in the header value, if you are sending anything in the header, you have to put the value here. If not, you can leave this blank. And in the body variables field, you have to fill the values of these body variables, okay, in comma separated form. Okay. So here I have mapped the name and the name of the webinar from the spreadsheet that I have here and the Google Calendar step. Let me show you how I mapped it. So guys, first body field is for the name of the person to whom we are sending this message. To map the name, use Google Sheet, sorry, not Google Sheet, use iterator step because iterator is going to segregate the values one by one. Okay, and this map this name. Then you have to put a comma And from this first tab, Google Calendar tab, you will find the webinar's name in the summary label. You just have to map it like this, okay? Right, and here it is asking for the position of CTA button or call to action button. So you can have call to action buttons also in the message templates. Right now we do not have any. If you have, you can select the position. We have 2 positions available. Then you can put a redirecting link in the CTA button also. Right now we are going to leave it blank. And then you have to click on save and send test request button to test your connection with WhatsApp, and a WhatsApp message will be delivered to this number. Okay, so that's how you can set up this whole automation, and you have to set up it only once. After that, you don't have to do anything manually in this workflow. After that, it will work automatically whenever you are going to create a new event in Google Calendar like this. Okay, and remember to use this calendar only for webinar purposes only, because this trigger is going to work every time you are going to create a new event. So if you are creating any other kind of event, that will also work. Okay, so use the specific calendar for webinar purposes, then it will trigger this workflow. It will fetch the details of the registrants from the Google Sheet, then it will iterate it according to the need, then it will send the message just before the starting of the webinar, 15 minutes before. Okay, according to the things we have applied here. And guys, you can use this same workflow as well, as I'm going to paste the link of the same workflow in the description. You can clone it in your own free Pabbly Connect account and start using this automation instantly. Guys, thank you so much for watching our video, and please let us know how our automation ideas are helping you in the comment section. And if you have any queries related to this application, please ask your queries from this forum link, and do check the pricing of this application from this link. And guys, we are open to ideas. If you want us that we should make videos on other aspects of your business, please do let us know in the comment section. And if you like our work, please subscribe to our channel.